Real Country 1430 AM and 1073 FM WRDN. I'm Brian Winnekins, and joining us this morning is Loni Dodge. She is the director of the Dunn County Aging and Disability Resource Center. And today we're going to talk about the Caring Calls program. And Loni, thanks for joining us today. Well, for those that aren't familiar with ADRC, most are, but for those that aren't familiar with ADRC, tell us about some of the things that ADRC does, especially in Dunn County.
We have several programs going on in Dunn County. We have our information and assistance girls, so they're social workers. They help people with any sort of resource you need, whether it be transportation, food, help with getting on a program, like a family care program. We have benefit specialists. Those social workers help people with Medicare applications, Medicaid applications. We have disability specialists who help people get on certain programs. We have a nutrition coordinator who manages the home delivered meals. And we have a dementia care specialist who works with families who are struggling with someone with dementia.
I know for myself personally, with my mom, she's 87, and we were able to call Waukesha County ADRC because she's had some medical issues, and what are we going to do? Is it going to be independent living, assisted living? You know, how does this stuff work? And really, that one phone call to ADRC, they helped us and pointing us in the direction of the way where we needed to go. And it really did help out. And I think a lot of families that have older parents kind of forget about that.
Mm-hmm. It's like a one-stop shop. It's like we kind of help direct you in whatever you need and help people get going with whatever services they might need or qualify for.
Talking with Loni Dodge this morning. She is the director of the Dunn County Aging and Disability Resource Center. Well, Loni, the Resource Center has started a new program called Caring Calls. Tell us about that.
Well, what we're doing is there's been a lot of research about older people who are living alone in isolation, which is especially worse during the pandemic. They're not going out anywhere, not even to the doctor. So they really are feeling alone. And that just exacerbates any sort of depression, maybe more anxiety. So we thought we would try to get some volunteers within Dunn County and match them up with these people who want to receive calls, and then they can decide how many times a week, maybe, start with once a week, a call once a week for like 20 to 30 minutes, just chatting about whatever the person wants to chat with, whether it be, their interests, the hobbies, their growing up, wherever, anything that interests them.
And for that older person, that does mean a lot, doesn't it? I know when I call my mom, it's a, and it doesn't have to be FaceTime. It's just a simple phone call that, a lot of times I might just call even in the middle of the day just to say, hey, Mom, how's it going? But they really do appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. And they need that connection with another human being. And, some people have asked, well, why just a phone call? Why can't you Zoom? Well, so many older people do not have the technology, know how to work computers or have the Wi-Fi, because we're such a rural county, that phone calls would be the easiest for everybody.
Talking with Loni Dodge. She's the director of the Dunn County ADRC this morning, and we're talking about the Caring Calls program with the Dunn County ADRC. Loni, I would also submit that there's probably a benefit to the person making the phone call, mm-hmm. because now all of a sudden, one, they've made a new friend, and two, now they have someone to just call and talk, and sometimes that's all you need.
Yep, absolutely. I think it'll create a special relationship between the people. And I'd really like to try to match them up with interests. If someone is really interested in farming, and the person was a farmer, a past farmer, it'd be really interesting to connect those people who would have more in common to talk about.
Talking with Loni Dodge this morning. She's the Dunn County ADRC director. We're talking about the Caring Calls program this morning. So Lonnie, for those that want to make phone calls, they want to volunteer and be a part of that, how do they do that?
Also, what they need to do is just call our ADRC office. We'll just ask for your name, phone number, and address and get you signed up. And then I'll be sending out information about a short orientation program, discussing things about confidentiality, good topics to discuss, maybe some topics to avoid because that could cause issues, and just some general conversational things. So yeah, the phone number is 715-232-4006.
And then for those in Dunn County that want to receive calls, I would assume they may already know about it, but in case they don't, should they also just call the office and say, hey, can I be a part of this?
Yes, absolutely. Call that same number, say you'd like to receive calls. And we did do a survey a couple of weeks ago out to many of our consumers to ask if they would be interested, and it was a pretty good response. So
there's a big need.
Yep.
And again, if you'd like to volunteer to be a part of this, just call the Dunn County ADRC as well for more information on that. So Lonnie, when are you hoping to start all of this in earnest then? Will it be later this month or maybe the beginning of March? Because you got the orientation and all of those things.
I'm hoping by March 1st.
All right. All right. Well, Lonnie, again, we appreciate you joining us this morning. And it's the Caring Calls program with the Dunn County ADRC. If you'd like to help out and help out one of our neighbors, friends and neighbors that, older folks that may be alone, a simple phone call, even 20 minutes a week. I think everybody can do at least 20 minutes a week and help them out. And you know what? You'll probably make a new friend, and you'll also probably learn something new as well, which is always a good thing as well. So again, Lonnie, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
You're listening to WRDN.